So as you can see, we've removed a good proportion of the floorboards, some good, some bad, pretty much exposing the rafters, so it's clearer to see now. Here and there's a few floorboards yet to come out, but we can work from below now with our scaffolding and off a ladder. I think these two joists that we've partly cut will be the next ones to come down, but before we can do that, there's still some floorboarding on top of those. So yeah, loosen that off and drop it down, and then cut away these two joists. You can see that lintel there's a bit of a bodge, so some of those loose stones can come down. We have asked the builder to give us a quote, but unfortunately he hasn't got back to us yet. But we did tell him that we would remove all this, so that would be a cost saving because he wouldn't have to have his men do it. So that's where we are at the moment. Huge pile of wood. So finish clearing the planks this side. I'm going to go for chopping these two joists down. Spectacular. Wedged in there with some loose rocks. Just little stones wedging the back end. Here she comes. Hi everyone, this is the current precarious state of our main living room. Down there in the corner you'll see a huge pile of rotten floorboards. There's a few left here by the door so that we could get in and out if we have to. We've spoken to a builder today who's going to come in a couple of weeks and give us a new floor, on the proviso that we remove the rest of these joists. We're going to do a deal with him whereby we're going to get a little bit of a discount if he can take the big centre joist that runs right across from one side to the other, because he might have a customer that can use that. So that's good for us. I wasn't looking forward to taking that down. It must weigh 3/4 of a tonne, something like that. So these guys will take that down, and Jen and I have just got to remove these joists. Some of them are...
Oh, don't.
Some of them are absolutely rotten. So we'll do like we did in that corner. Once we've cleared that pile, which we're going to do tomorrow, we'll chop these ones a bit at a time, and we'll make a firewood pile ready for next winter. And that's also the safest way of taking them down.
Looking forward to it? Excited?
I'm excited to have a proper floor in here.
Finally.
And then, as terrible as this looks, this is something that Jen and I can manage to refurbish, like we did with the garden room. And I think this room, when it's done, if you've got a bit of imagination, this can be really quite a wonderful room.
Wonderful.
Imagination being the key word. As I might have already mentioned, part of our deal with the builder is that he's interested in keeping this beam, or taking this main beam down and using it on another job. So we're going to get some kind of reduction in the bill for that. Our part of the deal was we have to bring down the floorboards, which we've done quickly. That wasn't hard, but bringing down these big joists is proving a bit tougher. There's 2 left to do. I'm cutting them in half and bringing them down half at a time. It's the best I can manage. Working off of this, so it's made it a bit safer. There's one here that I've almost managed to pull out. I'm going to stand back in a minute and get Jen to film, and I'm going to knock the end of it, and I think it should drop. But they're mega heavy, and what I think must have happened is back when this roof first became abandoned, sorry, the house became abandoned, the original wooden roof must have caved in the middle, like they often do. When you look around, that's how you see them. The middle of the roof caved in because the joists that were kind of around the middle area were actually quite rotten, whereas the joists at either end are still very solid wood. It's taken me best part of 20 minutes with a chainsaw just to cut through that one. It's almost petrified wood. It's so hard. We're going to use one of these as a mantelpiece in the garden room. Yeah, cut it to size and clean it up. So that'll be a nice feature. So yeah, as I say, 2 left to do. Those 2 end ones. Another thing I wanted to point out was some of them are nearly a foot thick. So when it's come to pulling them out of the wall, as you can see up there, it's pulled a big chunk of the wall with it, which is a bit scary, but when they come to fit the new ones, they'll make all of that good again, and no one will be any the wiser. Obviously when the farmer put the original ones in, he didn't make perfectly square holes and put perfectly square joists in. He just used whatever he could find, so the holes were all weird and wonderful shapes and filled in with bits and pieces of schist. Yeah, it's a bit of an undertaking, but say we're almost there now, and in a few weeks' time, when the builder comes to, or whenever he comes to put the new floor in. Okay, I'm going to use this hefty old plank and give this joist a big whack at the bottom, and I'm hoping it's going to come tumbling down. Here goes nothing. Oh, almost. Give it another.
Oh, the other joist.
It's hanging on by a thread. The drama. Oops, it falls my way. Luckily I was ready for it. Okay, that one's down. I think I'm almost through.
Oh. Down there.
One left. Well, 2 if you include that last one. Oh, it's hard work, but
Gotta be done.
it is quite good fun. The chainsaw's so blunt, that's what makes it harder. But it's only a little cheap 40 odd quid one, wasn't it? So the fact that it's doing anything's been the result. It's almost out of the wall. I'm hoping with this lever and a bit of jiggery pokey it's going to drop. So here goes nothing.
That's one of the big ones.
That is the big one, that one.
And they're heavy. down.
The other end to do, but that won't be.
That one is just, it's not even attached.
Just a mere matchstick. Only 200 years of dust. One thing I like about this room is when you put the ladders in, because it's an earthen floor, they actually stick into the ground, so you haven't got that fear of them slipping on concrete or whatever. Small mercies.
What is it today, David?
Today's a big day, the delivery of our new floor. Hard to talk about the noise of the lorry, but he's just going to unload the block and beam. So it's quite an exciting day for us.
Quer fixar mais a casa? Tá bom, tá bom. Boa.
Yay! they put in a metal lintel.
So that's the old.
Yeah, it's long. Oh my god. Whoa. Down. That is so hard and tough. Tough.
Dat is voilà. Voilà, is. En we gaan wat is. Right? Out, out. Out, dat is het. Get on.
Wow, finally it's out. Phew. Oh, the wires. Looks good, the end looks good.
Metal. Huh?
Yeah. Main beam no more. It's gone. It is gone. Wow. I think they've taken it over here. Oh, heavy. Heavy?
Yes.
So the main beam is out, and they chop it into 3 pieces, and look at how solid it is. Look at that. So hard. Huh. So cool. Then this one is okay, but this one, maybe that's where the water, wow. You see it's rotten. But from there on, it looks good. And the one in the middle. Yeah. It's so heavy though, because we have to move 4 of these out. Me and David struggling. Right, after lunch they have 2 of those beams in already. Wow. They coming through from the door. How cool. Let me see that side. See. Yeah, I'm only gonna put concrete on top of it. through the door. In there. Wow, this strong. In one.
Oh, the blocks are going.
Yeah, just to see.
Oh, the side.
The size of it. So after day one, the builders have gone home now, and this is what they have achieved so far. I can't go that. Okay. Looking good, eh?
Looking really good. The plank is still there at the moment, but the plank will be going. It'll be a sad, sad day when the plank goes.
Tomorrow.
But also a happy day.
Yep.
They've actually put a RSJ lintel in across that doorway. The wooden one that was there was a bit banana shaped and gone a bit rotten, so yeah, it's up to spec.
Yeah.
It makes such a difference when there's a floor in here. We can really start working on the walls, etc., insulation and all that good stuff.
Okay. Good. That's how we do it. Exactly. Right, this is day 2 and it's lunchtime, and this is what is now looking. Right, and on this side we have put RSJ metal down there, and they laid the joist, concrete joist, and that side double up on it, and they have to put RSJ on this side as well by the door. So they're out for lunch, so I got a chance to film a bit. So that's update. That's what it's looking now. So I better get out before they see me climbing up here. I'm not supposed to. Psh, I'm a spider woman. Hey, we have a floor in here where the planks used to be, and the plank, and that's our double door, and then the garden room there. So going into the main house where David is he's coming. That used to be the old, oh no, it's not the old plank.
Not quite sure what they're going to do with this bit. I assume they're going to
Pour concrete.
pour concrete, yeah. Needs it.
Yeah. So that's the front door there behind David. Around you can see the corner down there. I just want to show you what they did after I took a video of this afternoon when they finished the blocks, putting the blocks in. They are putting some steel. Oh, you can see the square bits. Steel. Mesh.
We're only allowed to walk on the beams at the moment. The joist.
Ooh. Yeah, it will look nice once it's done. Yay.
They've built a ramp here to bring their cement.
That's ready for yeah, ready for the next time they come pour the cement concrete over.
Mettilo lì a prendere, sì.
Today builders came back, as you can see, the block and beam is all in, and there's a steel RSJ going across the hallway. That's where our landing is going to end, and we'll put some safety rail up there. And on that side of the hallway I'm going to build a staircase, so we've got our up and down flight of stairs there getting us to the 2 levels. Now, one thing we noticed last night before the builders came back was that one of these blocks right here had actually cracked in the manufacture of concrete in the floor upstairs. So we let them know, and they said that's something that does happen. So they repair it by, they make up a strong mix of cement, concrete, whatever, and then they push it up on this plate into where the damage was. Fix it with this acro, which I helped him do, and this sets off harder than this. So this floor is now repaired, but they leave it 24 hours to really set hard. So just to give you an idea of the layout, this area here, as messy as it is at the moment because of all the rubble and everything they knocked down, this is going to be downstairs bathroom. Directly above this is upstairs bathroom, and then, as I just mentioned, above here will be the landing, and obviously the floor in the main room will be above our master bedroom, which is going to be a luxurious suite, something that we can only dream of at the moment, because we are dreamers. I might have already mentioned that they replaced the old wooden lintel with an RSJ, so that's good and safe. And here's a view of the floor from underneath of the lounge.
That was our bodega.
Yeah, the bodega down there, which we will knock down. I mean, if I was to point this torch down, you'd see how horrific the floor is in here. Because of, shall we, Jen?
Yeah.
Shall we dare?
Yeah.
So,
pointless for the one we did. We did
Yeah,
clean that one.
our little bit of clearing did nothing because they had to come and knock out a lot more stones to fit the beams. But none of that will go to waste. That'll either be a rockery or something in the garden or the edges of a path. And there are a few repairs we've got to do in this
Yes.
room.
And upstairs.
And upstairs. Yeah, if I just point out down there, there's a couple of smallish stones missing that we can use some of these off the floor to replace those. And yeah, upstairs is the same. So that's how we are at the moment. Block and beam. Bugs can't eat it and it doesn't rot. It was a massive job. I didn't know how they were going to tackle it. And they did the whole thing in how many days, Jen?
3 days.
3 days, start to finish. It's incredible to me. Portuguese workers are really good. Really good. If you can get good ones. And these are good ones that we've got. So here we are in the what will be the upstairs bathroom. It's a reasonable size. I'm guessing you could get a bath across there if you wanted to. I'm going to walk out of the bathroom and onto the landing. As I said, there will be a rail across here. At the moment it's a bit dangerous. And going down will be our staircase that I'm going to build. That's going to be one of my challenges. Because it's wood and I've got half a chance with wood. They leave this finish like this in a rough state, and the reason is you, the client, decide where you're going to run your pipes and your electric across the floor, off in all directions. You've more or less got to mark it out and get the electrician to put in the conduits, and then they come back and they put a screed finish over the top of all that conduit and pipe work to hide it all. And then you can, on top of that, obviously lay your nice floor. So if Jen comes into here, you'll notice the area that we might consider to be for skirting board. They leave that to put the extra layer of concrete in for the finished screed. It's 7 centimetres is the standard. Now, we were talking this morning about making this end of the main room into a single bedroom. I don't know if you've ever seen episode 3, 4, whatever it was in the early days. This was 2 very tiny rooms that were pretty decrepit, and we knocked them down straight away to give us this one big room. But it would be nice for guests, etc., or when the kids come to stay or anything, to have an extra bedroom up here, and we've got the space for it. Now, if we made it so it was up to here, this is our thoughts this morning, so the room would be that sort of size, then there could be a mezzanine up top for possibly another bed, should we want to, or even storage. And to get to that, we would have this space here for steps up to the mezzanine. So that's only just in the dreaming again stage at the moment. But, you know, nothing written down, because everything's in flux all the time. Which is, you know, who can live with plans? Not us. We kind of, we just go with the tide. So that's how we are upstairs at the moment. But if Jen just looks down, you'll see the rough finish. But obviously this is a lovely solid floor. And if you've seen the old crap that we took out, you'll appreciate how pleased we are with this. Why am I walking around with a drill in my hand? because I'm Bosch, James Bosch.